Actors have been on strike since July, and they just received a disappointing update from SAG-AFTRA's negotiations with the AMPT actors, hoping to finally get back to work after a months-long halt due to the ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike. Have been dealt another blow in their negotiations with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. Talks between SAG-AFTRA and the AMPTP had resumed last week, and a deal was looking more and more likely. The WGA recently ratified their own deal after their 148-day strike. Things have unfortunately taken a turn for the worse. After a negotiation session on Wednesday, the AMPTP, which brokers on behalf of studios, announced it was suspending talks with the union, which represents over 100,000 actors, because they were no longer moving us in a productive direction, the New York Times reported. It is a major setback for Hollywood production, which has been on a standstill since May, when the since-concluded writers' strike began, and who, after actors went on strike in July, saw the first time both actors and writers were simultaneously on strike since 1960. The two strikes were unrelated though similar, with both industries largely arguing over better pay, particularly from streaming giants and their residuals, as well as better regulation over AI use of their likeness. During a strike, actors are barred from working and promoting their projects, save for those with interim agreements, which means no red carpets, no auditions, no social media posts concerning their movies or television shows, no talk show appearances, and more. Following the inconclusive negotiations, SAG-AFTRA shared their own statement expressing their disappointment, in which they accused the AMPTP of bullying tactics and, shockingly, lower counteroffers. More. SAG-AFTRA strike explained what actors can and can't do. More. Nicole Kidman, Blake Lively, more actors in limbo as Fran Drescher gives SAG-AFTRA strike update. It read, in part, "It is with profound disappointment that we report the industry CEOs have walked away from the bargaining table after refusing to counter our latest offer. We have negotiated with them in good faith, despite the fact that last week they presented an offer that was, shockingly, worth less than they proposed before the strike began." They further wrote, "These companies refuse to protect performers from being replaced by AI, they refuse to increase your wages to keep up with inflation, and they refuse to share a tiny portion of the immense revenue your work generates for them. Instead, they use bully tactics," they claimed, adding, "Just tonight, they intentionally misrepresented to the press the cost of the above proposal, overstating it by 60%. They have done the same with AI, claiming to protect performer consent, but continuing to demand consent on the first day of employment for use of a performer's digital replica for an entire cinematic universe or any franchise project. Ultimately, they maintained, our resolve is unwavering. Join us on picket lines and at solidarity events around the country and let your voices be heard. One day longer, one day stronger, as long as it takes."